important journey is about to begin.
Welcome on behalf of all the participants and all the organizations and Eighth Day Center for Justice to the 21st Annual Good Friday Walk for Justice. We're walking the way of wisdom. We gather to remember the suffering of our sisters and brothers and the earth herself.
My name is Robert Bossy. I usually go by Bob Bossy. I'm a member of the Priests of the Sacred Heart, which is a worldwide congregation of priests and brothers. And I've been at the Eighth Day Center for Justice for about 21 years. When the center was first started in 1974, some of the people who were starting it, actually it was like 6 religious congregations of men and women. They decided to call it the Eighth Day Center for Justice. I think somebody was being creative. The title actually came from the early writings of St. Augustine back in the 3rd or 4th century, I guess it was, and it was a literary theme all the way up through till the present day. The idea of it is that that God created the world in 7 days and then invited all of us to be co-creators with God in making the world a place of love and justice and mercy. It makes sense when you think about it because you know, most of us are familiar with the 7 days of creation that are in the Judeo-Christian Bible. And so the 8th day of creation just became sort of a natural corollary. Eighth Day Center has been focused from its inception on the question of systemic change. Why are people suffering? Why is there hunger? Why is there war? What are the root causes of it? What it basically comes down to is how decisions are made and who makes the decisions in our society and who's affected by them, and also what types of values are being exhibited by it. So we say that structurally, the economic way that our world is being conducted is not fair. It is unjust. Therefore, there is a need to change the way the structural elements of our economic system are being carried out.
Protests at Nike Town. 7 of us were arrested in January for protesting at Nike Town. Cookdong is a factory in Mexico where Nike clothing is made, and the workers are in an ongoing labor dispute. They're trying to form an independent union, and they've been subjected to beatings and repression, and so we're standing in solidarity with them today.
I think there's a lot of difference between direct service and systemic change. And it took a big shifting of gears to broaden the picture to systemic change. It just calls for different strategies, different techniques, working with coalitions, interacting with staff in a different way.
In our work, we talk about the 2 feet of justice. Direct service, charity work is 1 foot, and justice, social change work is the other foot. I think systemic change work, however, the justice part of that equation, or those 2 feet, takes other skills. And so I think it's those skills that we try to hone here and try to educate and advocate with our own congregations as well as other people that we come in touch with. By and large, what we're doing is the ministry of the long haul, that to change society, to bring it to a more harmonious, peaceful, just world will take a long time.
the effort of social change or structural change is varied. One is simply advocacy, where you go and you become an advocate at the levels of power for the disenfranchised.
To be homeless is to be a person who is lost, confused, no esteem. The feeling of being trapped in something that you know is not right, but you can't do nothing about. It's a powerless feeling, a feeling that no matter what you do, it's not going to work. No matter how many jobs that you get, you're not going to be able to get out your situation.
I cannot tell you what it is like to be homeless. I do not have that wisdom because I have never been homeless. I cannot tell you what it's like to be on welfare. That has never happened to me, but I know people who have that wisdom. And so I count on them very much to help change these systems.
Our Good Friday Walk for Justice, when we walk the streets of Chicago, calling attention to the misuse of power in the houses of power, both in the banks, the trading floors, and in the political offices. Within the Catholic Church and within the Christian churches, there has been always a form of social activism that has been going on.
I think there are some benefits to being a Catholic sister. I'm 68 now, and sometimes people are very surprised to see those of us with the gray heads out there.
Not this way. In the 70s, basic health care was
I think
free.
it kind of sets people back, and they have to think, well, God, if they can do that, what can I do? What can we do?
Jesus was clearly one of the people who was most quick to challenge what was going on in his society. He was quick to challenge not only the political leaders, but also the leaders of his own church. And I think that's exactly what got him killed. Some people like to say that the activities that we're engaged in, especially the ones that bring us out into the streets and engage us in civil disobedience, are radical for the Catholic Church. I like to ask the question, were they radical for Jesus?